sort of plays into like, you know, getting married and like being in a straight relationship, even though I identify with the queer community, and being like, is that still a part of me? You know, well, I guess, you know, that's maybe the thought of like, that's when songs like Suburbia come up, and I'm like, because that, I think both me and Charlie grew up in kind of traditional lives, you know, but not feeling maybe at home there really, which is why we both left and, you know, went on other journeys. And I think but when we got married, even though, you know, we did it in Vegas and our close ones weren't exactly thrilled about that, they were still like, you did something traditional, you did something normal, like, oh, you know, so when are you having kids, when are your roommates moving out, you can't live in a collective when you're married, like, come on. Like, you know, my childhood friends would kind of be a little bit like, why are you guys not making more real choices now, that, you know?
Yeah, and I think because that's what society tells you to do.
Yeah, and it kind of made me panic a little bit. Like, I'm not sure I want children. I love all my friends' children. I love, you know, I'm not like, kids suck. It's not that. I just like feel that maybe it's not for me. But when I tell that to them, and I can kind of understand it. Like I've noticed, you know, having a child is a very special, like, experience that is the most precious thing in your life. So when I say that to someone, I don't know if I want kids, they're like, you don't know.
It's like you punch their own kid.
Yeah, kind of like that. And it's not how I mean it, obviously. But I think, you know, maybe also as a woman, when you say that, it kind of, you have to always defend it in a way. And I guess in my mind, I started thinking, I was like, I don't think I do, but what if I do? And then like, do we have to like move out to like a suburb where there's like only other straight couples, we have to do small talk and like do yard work, and I don't know.
No, I couldn't see you doing any of those things.
No, I'm just gonna be like a housewife, redecorating my house all the time, like, which was kind of my life in COVID. No, but I feel like I got all these like thoughts of like, is that where I'm headed? Which is not, like, I was thinking like, and I'm not, to be clear, I'm not saying anything's wrong with that life. Like, I understand a lot of people wanting that life. It's just not for, I grew up in it. I didn't feel at home there. That's just how it is. And I like, you know, I always wanted to go a little bit of a different direction. And I think me living in a collective with 3 of our friends and having like, you know, our friend group is just like a mix of everything, and everyone's very on their own journey. And, I just love that. That's just more for me.
Wait, so what does it mean that you live in a collective?
So we have a pink house in LA, and 3 of our best friends live with us. Who one of them is Tim. It's Tim from the House is his producer name. We've done a bunch of songs for the album.
Cool.
How Long and True Romance and the song Kick in the Head and Grapefruit. So I make a lot of music with him, and then Sam, who's also an amazing musician, he works in like music management, and then Jessie, she's like a badass fashion producer. So yeah, the 5 of us are just having a blast in our house.